What's up everybody, my name is Babyt, and so since no one asked me to do a Zenyatta video, I figured I would do a Zenyatta video. So I just want to give you all some tips as to how to play Zenyatta. He's recently become one of my more favorite heroes just because he functions kind of as a DPS, but also as a healer, and as just an overall support. He's in the support category. So I just want to, throw down some tips for y'all, some things to think about when playing, the floating mechanical man. So one, do not sleep on the right click. Like his charge, it's so strong. It actually recently got nerfed. It got reduced in speed that it come out by 15%. Which, yeah, it makes it hard to get like rapid, dinks in, but it's still really, really powerful. Especially when like you're turning a corner or someone's coming up on you. It's incredibly strong. So if someone is like walking straight up on you and you can hit all of them, you can kill effectively anybody with it. Also, if you're gonna turn a corner and like you're unsure, why not have it charged? Like right there, boom! I just took off half that hog's health, and due to that, I lived. Luckily, he wasn't prepared for me to come around the corner. Another thing is his healing ball. I don't know if y'all know this, but it does 30 healing a second when it's on somebody. So his orb of harmony, his shift thing that heals, which is half of what mercy does. Which it's really good to place on people who are highly mobile, or people who will break line of sight with you often, because it'll stick on them for 3 seconds, 3 whole seconds after they break line of sight. That was not a great idea on my end. That was kind of to stay alive. Whatever. This wasn't a great game for me.
That was a bad idea.
Yeah, so throwing it on somebody who's about to go in, or who's going to be highly mobile, like a Tracer, Genji, whoever, it's a pretty good idea. And I mean, if you have the time, you can just sling it around as fast as you can. It really will move as fast as your shift. Like, so you can just like spam it onto people if you really want to. It can get kind of difficult picking the right targets. Like there, it actually got put onto our mercy when I didn't really want that. So you got to kind of really pay attention to it sometimes. Another thing is the Discord orb, the red one. For those who don't know, that increases damage that person takes. So that Winston right now will take an extra 30% damage. And it'll stick on them for an extra 3 seconds once you break line of sight. And when I say line of sight, barriers are also included in that. So like if you Discord a Rhine, and then he turns around, he shields like his barriers between you and him. After 3 seconds, the Discord will go away. That also includes walls, whatever. What's also really important to note is that, if someone is going to break line of sight with you while they have it on them, you can basically track them for 3 seconds. Like, it'll show you where they're going for 3 whole seconds, which is huge, because especially if someone's trying to flank on you, or someone like kind of ducks out of around a corner and then tries to come back, you can have your right click charged up and just finish them off, which is really nice, really, really easy. As far as positioning goes on Zen, as you can see there, you shouldn't be in the front line. Try not to be in the front line. You are not strong enough to withstand frontline assault. The issue with Zen is he's typically a pretty large sitting duck. He has no escape abilities. His movement is nothing to write home about. So if someone dives on you, your defense is to try and kill them. Which, if you aren't able to, then you're done. So Tracers, Genjis, Winstons, all pretty dangerous to you. Here I try and contest. That's cute. That's really cute. I do for a little bit. I do for a second, and then they figure out where I am. So what you really want to do as Zen is try and be close to someone who can peel for you. When I say peel, peeling is when, like, say if I got dove by somebody, is taking that person off by giving a threat. So being near like a McCree is great if the enemy has a Tracer that's all over your butt, because the McCree, as soon as that Tracer shows her head, flashbang, headshot, dead. So being near someone who can help peel off a flanker from you is big. And also, it's not a bad idea, depending if the enemy team doesn't have a lot of flankers. You can just kind of sit in the back, and if your aim is really good, you can literally just sit way in the back and, you know, throw, because your biggest asset is your Harmony and Discord orbs. So you can just sit in the back and throw those out, and from there, just kind of do what you gotta do, just fling orbs. Do not ever be concerned about your accuracy. As you can see, my accuracy is the absolute shit. It doesn't matter. He fires quickly enough to where, like, it doesn't matter. As long as you hit people with the orbs eventually and you kill them before they kill you, who cares? Like, don't try and select your shots, whatever. Just hit people. Aim towards their neck area, like, typically. But if you hit them in the head, great. You get those delicious dinkies. And if you don't, like, whatever, you still hit their body and do the damage. So as a Zenyatta player, you are really going to be the shot caller of the battlefield. You really need to kind of be cognizant of what's going on, and you need to call out to your team who needs to die. Like, you should be telling your team who has Discord, fucking my potato aim. Please get her. I just need to. Okay. I needed that. I needed that for myself. So, as Zen, like, you should be able to see the battlefield. You should be dictating kind of who is the next target, because you can see their health. You should throw discords, and typically, if Zen is kind of should be in the right position to see most things occurring, and that's kind of how you should play it. And speaking of I mean, right there was the ult. I kind of want to touch on that a little bit as well, just because it is a very, very powerful ultimate. His ult actually does 300 healing a second. 300 is a lot. Oh my god, I hate this. Oh, I remember this. This is why I didn't want to use this film. Did I ever get her? Do I ever get her? Do I ever get her? Do I ever get her? I did. Oh my god. God. Anime Betrayals 2018. So his ult, 300 healing a second. No one's gonna die in that. Literally, no one's gonna die in that, unless there is an ultimate that is one shot. So there's only a few. There's like the Junk ult, Tracer ult, Diva ult, and then pairing of ults together, kind of thing. Like a Reaper plus a Pharah can overdo a Zen ult, but like a Hanzo plus a Zarya ult cannot. Like, that's not enough damage. If people focus fire someone while those two things are occurring, like, you know, that kind of stuff, yeah, maybe. Like, but 300 healing a second is a lot. Like, so when you see a Zarya ult come in, when a Genji ults, like, you as Zen, you should be kind of cognizant of the other team's ultimates. That is a huge thing to be aware of, because you can negate any ult, essentially, you know, barring the ones I mentioned earlier. So you say, like, you know that they have Grav and Dragon Blade. Like, you know it's coming. You can feel it. Like, their Zarya is kind of like lurking around, waiting for a minute where your Diva isn't like paying attention to her, and their Genji is. You see their Genji fly up in the air, about to pull it out. As soon as you hear like the Japanese language being screamed into your face, you can pop it and just honestly follow. Like, if the Genji ults by himself, follow him around. He cannot outdo your ult. Like, so it's so much fun just to watch a Genji be completely useless as they swing around their little sword. And especially all the kids, like, I'm a ninja. Like, no, you're not, kid. No, you're not. Just sit down, kid. I hate this intro of this game. But it is important to note that it's not going to save people from certain ults, like a Tracer Bomb. Like, if she sticks that on any squishy character, they're done. Like, it's just the facts of life. Because if their health drops to 0 before they can heal, you know, whatever. Also, McCree's Deadeye, not gonna help. However, because it's an insta kill kind of thing, you can, like, so when he ultimates, when he ults, he becomes invulnerable. He cannot take damage. However, he can be moved. Also, his movement speed increases as well. So he can be hooked, he can be charged, he can be booped, all those kinds of things. However, he still has, you know, he takes space. I can't think of the right way to put it. So, if you see a McCree ulting and he's near you, honestly, what you can do is, see, look at that, was a beautiful peel. Beautiful peel. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Beautiful peel. So what you can do is literally ultimate, get up in his face, and you'll block his field of view to where he cannot hit anything else but you. And naturally, since you are invulnerable, he can't hit anything. So you negate his ult as well. Which, if you get stuck with something, if you, like, yeah, so if you see like a junk tire coming to get you, you can pop your ult and just eat it, kind of thing. Like, you won't die. It's a lifesaver. It is truly one of the most powerful ultimates in the game. It's a heavy defensive ult. So, when do you play Zen? When do you play the floating mechanical monk man who likes to throw balls in people's faces? Which actually, if you have the Christmas skin, the Nutcracker, and his actual like weapon, his balls are nuts, like walnuts, because he's a Nutcracker. Which if you have the golden gun skin, they're golden nuts, which it tickles me to no end. When should you play Zen? In reality, there's rarely a time where Zen is a bad idea. The only real time where he is rough to play is when your team can't support you. So if like the enemy team has a lot of flankers, or they're running dive directly on you, and your team doesn't quite understand how to peel or to really kind of help you out, that's when Zen probably isn't a great idea, because you will just die quickly, like that. Well, that's that's no one's fault. Just freaking their Rhine just got a lucky charge through. But yeah, that's about, like, Zen is incredibly powerful. Like, he has great mechanics. He can support his team in a lot of ways, and his defensive ult is pretty much always helpful. However, he is quite slow. He has no escapes. And I just hate this right there. That was just gross. I played so poorly this game. And he's incredibly good at DPSing. Like, he can, like, just a couple shots kill a 200 health hero. And with his right click, he can delete people easy. So that's about all the tips I have for Zen at the moment. But if you can think of anything I missed, or if you guys want me to cover another hero, please let me know. I would love to hear y'all's feedback. Let me know in the comments section, and I'll talk to y'all later. Alright, see ya!